Steve comes back to Apple. Mac is dying. Windows is taking over the world. Adobe is getting criticized for being too Mac-centric. We are therefore over-rotating on Windows. Apple needs Adobe. Mm-hmm. Steve clearly starts engaging. And he'd come to Adobe from Cupertino. And we would do dog and pony shows of what we're working on and blah, 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 blah. And he really wants our support. He wants us to do this product and that product. He's going from OS 9 to OS 10. That was a major change in operating system strategy for Macintosh. It was a Unix kernel, much more secure, allowed for a whole bunch more capability for the Mac. And I remember going over there and I walk into the conference room and he's got a whole bunch of machines that are covered with tablecloths. And he unveils one and he starts showing the product. And that's an Intel processor. We're moving off of Motorola and we're adopting Intel CPUs. We just got done moving to OS 10 and we didn't get paid for it. Mm-hmm. You want me to move to Intel? I will do it as we have major upgrades. So this way we have new features and CPU compatibility at the same time. He was livid. Didn't want to be held hostage to Adobe. So he was not exactly forthcoming. He would lie, and I'd call him on it. He goes, yeah, I guess I changed my mind. So I knew I couldn't trust him.
Yeah. You knew you could or couldn't.
I could not trust him.
You could trust him to be him.
I could trust him to be him, and I knew him. He was extremely difficult to deal with. He was brilliant. He was brilliant, creative, autocratic, got the most out of people, abusive to people. But because he was so brilliant, he was able to get away with it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That was Steve Jobs. One-on-one, there was this, I could have a real conversation with him. When he was ill the first time, I called him at the hospital. Yeah. He was very vulnerable, very honest. Put more than one other person in the room, it was the Steve show. Steve was so passionate about Apple, was so driven to have success, he would do whatever it took. And if he had to lie, he lied. And if he had to play the game of talent that he played the game of talent. But the relationship with Steve was an ongoing 7 years of, God, this is painful. This is it's like, but at least I knew where he was coming from. I knew what he was ultimately wanted to achieve. Bill Gates. Yeah. My experience with him was really at the time that I worked there, and it was really through those events and through other people. So I'd watch him at sales meetings and I'd watch him behave. He was just focused and driven. What you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. He was true WYSIWYG. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have to guess. Mm-hmm. There's no lying here. Bill is Bill. And Microsoft was like that. And the thing that amused me and made it easier to deal with Microsoft at my tenure with Adobe than with Apple was Microsoft didn't change. They still ran the company like when I was there in the 80s. Mm-hmm. The thing that probably gave me the most, I wouldn't say the most, but a really good sense of pride was Bill. Somebody had asked Bill, in retrospect, there's something where you made a mistake or you would have done differently. And this is, I think, before the mistakes he made with mobile and search. He said, Acrobat and PDF should have never existed. I knew Microsoft was going to be so blinded to the problem because they were so insular. So the big problem that was going on at the time, if I sent you a Word file and you were using a different version of Word, or you were on a Mac and I was on Windows, it wouldn't format correctly. Mm-hmm.
I remember. Yeah.
And they didn't understand the problem because they were so inwardly focused, and everybody at Microsoft was on the same operating system and the same version of Word. So they didn't have the problem.
Yeah.
And I was able to leverage PDF as a way to deliver reliable quality output. It really meant a lot to me when I heard that Bill said that he was surprised he let PDF happen.